Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda Ray, and I was born and raised in a polygamous cult. This is my brother ExCULT.
Hey
we grew up with our mom had 10 kids, our dad had over 30 children, and we ended up leaving that cult, and he actually escaped on escaping polygamy. I can leave that link to the description box down below. But today, we're going to be critiquing sister wives. This is a part 2 of the previous episode that we were critiquing.
And it's going to be really interesting because you get some insight on kind of like behind the scenes, where we share what we feel like is truly happening based off of what we've seen in the polygamous cult that we grew up in. So
yes.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Let's get into it.
If I said Pop-Tarts, would you believe me?
What are you watching?
I don't know, man.
This is going to be part 2, but this is the next day. ExCULT and I got ready because we were going to go to a casino, but we decided that we should hurry and finish this episode. We were only 24 minutes into the episode.
And we filmed for at least an hour, right?
Yeah, it was at least an hour. So we're 24 minutes in, and it's a 42-minute episode, so we got like a good maybe 20 minutes.
We're almost halfway.
We're more than halfway.
We're more than halfway.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry I'm angry. I just survived a really dark place. You don't give a though. Look at you, dismissing it.
Okay.
Would you ever have any empathy for me?
Can we just
when you're
keep
in pain,
talking?
I try to understand you.
Cody, can we please keep talking, Janelle, please?
Janelle, this is a really bad idea for you to walk off on this one.
See, this is what I like about Janelle, is she won't take the crap. But Christine will take the crap, and she has taken the crap for a long time.
Hey ladies, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm living.
I'm living. Unfortunately.
Since Christine has left, and obviously she said that she wasn't going to be here for the holidays this year, I think we're just trying to figure out what to do with the holidays, because it's kind of been a discussion.
Well, I mean, okay, so Thanksgiving's a week from today, and I am actually going to North Carolina.
You're gonna
So if your kids are coming,
Where are you going for Christmas?
Here, I'm here. But my kids, they're renting an Airbnb because I don't think they're welcome, right?
I never said my kids weren't welcome.
If they apologize and they're kind of
No. I completely reversed that. I said, all we've got to do is be able to have a conversation so we're not sitting here in our house like a bunch of alcoholics that had a fight last night and forgot it happened.
Well, I don't know.
I'm
Your boys are as stubborn as you are, so.
No, I'm not being stubborn here. All I want to do is talk to them. Everybody is?
Yeah, not Maddie and Kayla, but everybody else is.
Everybody is coming.
Yep.
Yeah, this is absolute news to me that everybody's coming. This is just like Janelle to sort of keep me in the dark about the plans.
But she just told you the plans, and she's telling you ahead of time right now. It's not like it's Thanksgiving Day. Anyway.
And it's funny that he focuses on that because that's what he cares about. But when she talked about her Thanksgiving plans of going somewhere, he didn't comment a single thing. He didn't care if she told him or not. Only things that mattered to him, and she's supposed to just read his mind, apparently. It's like,
Yeah,
okay.
and she's telling him a month in advance what the Christmas plans are. So I don't understand why he's getting mad.
Cody, you're the one who said they can't come until they
I didn't
apologize.
say-
You said last time we talked.
This is the bad thing, is it's all on camera, Cody. You can't gaslight your way out of it. We watched him say that, right? We watched him say that an apology is owed from his kids. So, and now he's retracting it.
You said they can't come till they apologize.
Listen, I need to communicate some more because
That's what you said. You've said that to me multiple times. They need to apologize. They need to show some respect.
I think sometimes that Janelle has pit me against the boys or never supported me with the boys. I'm having the hardest time, not just feeling like she's just betraying me. I'm not saying that they have to actually apologize to me. And I corrected that many times already. And she keeps hitting that note.
That's what's crazy, is it's like I corrected myself and I said that that's not the case, but you didn't tell the kids that. And then now it's all turned around on her, and he's saying that she's pitting the kids against him when, no, we just watched it. You said those things about them, and then you retracted them, but you never communicated with the kids. He's putting it on the kids to have that communication with him.
Well, and one thing that he's not even keeping in mind is that he did say to his own kids that he doesn't want to see them unless they're going to apologize. And so even though he retracted that statement and corrected himself, the kids still feel like their dad is willing to just disown them because he doesn't get an apology.
Yeah.
Like, that's not going to make them want to spend the holidays with
And if you feel like your wife is pitting the kids against you because she told the kids what you said about them, like that's, and I don't know if he told the kids that or if he told her to tell them that, whatever, but he is ultimately to blame for it. But every single time, he always just wants to point the finger. That is like a reoccurring thing for him.
It's almost like that's what she's told them, so she can't back off on it because they're trying to put the heat onto me for what's been going on here.
But you told them all
So
that
we
until they
haven't-
apologize, they can't.
Well, that's what you told me. That's what you told me. You said until they show respect and apologize, then. So. And then after after Christmas, Christine said that Isabel and everybody are coming home and they want to come see the family here.
Oh, man, this is exactly what I was afraid of with Christine leaving.
Cody, it just was working out that we had a vacation rental, so we extended it so Christine and her kids could come so they can see, the Truly and Isabel can see you.
Okay, am I the only one that sees this as some kind of betrayal?
If I understand right, she's saying that Christy, the wife that left, wants to come and say hi for the holidays,
Yeah.
and he's upset about that, basically, right?
And he's taking it as betrayal because I feel like he has said this before. You don't get to leave polygamy and have the perks of polygamy. Like you're leaving the community. What community are you thinking you're gonna get? So I think he feels like if she leaves, she has to leave, and she doesn't ever get to have any of the perks of the family. But that's not fair because they still have a dad.
Especially because it even sounds like the kids are planning to see the other family's kids. It's like they're the ones that want to see each other,
Yeah.
and he's trying to stop that.
He feels like he needs to punish Christine. It's like his duty to teach her a lesson. That's what a lot of these men in polygamous cults, they really take it upon themselves to teach everyone a lesson, when in reality it just makes you look stupid.
Well, and it's sad because it's like you're punishing these innocent kids for something that you're trying to teach this parent. You're trying to teach this parent
Yeah.
some lesson, but all these kids have to suffer from that when the kids technically have done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So it's like, why did they have to get the consequence?
Right, and also it's like, okay, so let's say it's so bad that Christine left and he's feeling so betrayed by her, but it's not like he's gonna suffer by trying to teach them a lesson. He's gonna suffer without getting to see his kids. He's gonna, you know what I mean? He's putting himself through more. He doesn't even realize it. But I think it's more of an ego thing. Like she needs to be in pain because she's not with me. I think it's an ego thing. Like he doesn't care about anything else. He just sees red. He wants Christine to be miserable and not get what she wants because she took something from him that he wanted.
Well, it could also be that he's just embarrassed, you know? If you screwed up a relationship with someone so bad that they went through a whole divorce and leave you, then, I mean, I bet you probably wouldn't feel good about seeing them, being reminded of all your mistakes, right?
Yeah.
So I think he's just being selfish in the sense of he wants things to go a very specific way, and he's not letting them have a say in it.
Right, and it is manipulative that he keeps trying to pull these wives in to be his little, like, on his side and back him up.
Christine just left.
You don't want her to bring the kids to see you?
Oh, I'd like to see the kids, but you're talking about everybody going to some neutral zone? This is my house.
The last I knew is that the boys couldn't come until they showed respect and apologized. So they're like, well, I guess we'll come and stay with you, and I don't have room for them.
You guys are going to have to weigh in on this. I'm not going to shoulder this whole damn thing.
What?
So now he's looking for reinforcement from
Yep.
Robin and Mary.
Yep.
Let's build a united front against Janelle and her decisions.
I'm struggling here with the Christmas scenario. So I'm asking Mary and Robin to chime in. Like, I can't identify.
How
what
are they
is
supposed to help
specifically
someone when you're so wrong, though?
Yeah, and it makes me
Oh my
wonder if
goodness.
Mary and Robin are just on his side to keep the peace.
Well,
or-
it's this whole time they haven't said a word because I think they are grasping at strings to just try to figure out how they could possibly help him. But he's so in the wrong.
Yeah.
There's no helping him.
He is in the
Oh my
wrong.
goodness.
So I am excited kind of to see what Mary and Robin are going to say.
It's like, is this bothering you guys?
What do you want us to comment on?
I mean, have an opinion here.
Look at them. They even need coaching. What do you want us to comment?
Exactly. They don't know because he's not making sense. He's being unreasonable.
Cody, just tell us what you want us to say.
That's so dumb.
This is bugging the hell out of me. Am I wrong?
What was I supposed to do, Cody? What were they supposed to do?
Oh, man, I don't know why every time we start talking about family stuff, something broadsides me.
That is literally a manipulation tactic right there.
What?
When they don't like the conversation, he brings in a whole nother issue that is not even the discussion that they're having. So he's trying to change it because he doesn't like the conversation that he's in, rather than address it or find a solution.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting.
You said that they could not come over until
I
they
think we had
apologized.
this conversation a little bit, and I thought that it was a little bit more clear when we were at my house a couple of weeks ago. I thought that he had made it clear that it wasn't, well, you just have to apologize and that we're good. I thought he had made it clear then.
So after Cody recovered from COVID, he told me that the boys would have to apologize to Robin. But you know what? There's been no movement on Cody's side, and I'm not gonna leave my kids here in Flagstaff having a separate Christmas when I'm at Robin's with her and her kids and Cody and Mary. Sorry, not interested. I'd rather be with my boys.
You know, if I was in the same situation as Janelle is in, and all of my kids were going to be in town, I for sure would want to go be with them.
I absolutely remember saying that. I think you just didn't hear it. I corrected that. I said that's not a good idea.
You know what? He did this with Christine too. He's like, well, I didn't say that, or you misheard me, and it's like, so is everyone just hearing things that you're not actually saying? Everyone's just crazy? Everyone around you can't just be crazy.
Well,
And that what I need to do is just
we
just
had
need
a
to communicate.
previous earlier, at least 1 or 2 conversations where you told me the same thing.
And I love that Janelle's not letting him get away with it. Like, I liked how Christine handled her situation, but there was times where Christine was like, okay, maybe I heard it wrong. Okay, that's fine. You don't believe me? That's okay. And she would just, like, let it go. But Janelle's, like, drilling him. Like, you said this. Holding him to it to be accountable.
So that was the information I was working with. And this
Please
is the year.
do not communicate to my children for me. But
You know what's
my
interesting
gosh.
about this too? Instead of changing his statement and going forward with what he wants now, he keeps rehashing the same thing over and over. Whereas I feel like if I found myself stuck in a situation like this, I'd be like, okay, we're in this situation, so now let's find a solution and move on.
Right.
But he keeps on going back on how it's not his fault. He's more focused on it not being his fault than he is on finding any solution or going forward from this.
Because to him, it's the most important thing to him is his own ego. So he doesn't care if anything gets resolved. He'll burn the whole family to the ground before he humbles himself.
because you and I struggle enough to communicate, I'm
Cody,
afraid
what
that
was I
message will
supposed
get
to
mixed.
say?
Call Dad.
There's going to be no conversation. Cody still wants to hear the same thing from them. At the end of the day, Cody still wants them to show respect and apologize, especially to this person in the family who's done all these amazing emotional things for us and has just been hurt, aka Robin.
So they're doing Christmas over there then?
I don't know what we're doing. I'm hoping that by some God-given miracle that you guys figure your stuff out. But at this point, yeah, I guess. If you were like Logan or Hunter, I made them hold hands and like walk around all day. I mean, until they work their crap out.
You're acting like you're not even culpable in this situation.
Culpable? For what? What?
He wants her to take the blame so bad.
He wants her to take the responsibility so he doesn't have to. But in my opinion, if Dad says this about the kids, then Mom can tell the kids what Dad said. Like unless you say this is a secret that I don't want the kids to know about till I communicate.
Well,
You know what I mean?
that's a whole different issue, though. He's bringing up these random communication things, whatever, rather than actually addressing the situation.
But like, even if he had any tangibility on his complaint about her talking to the kids about what he's saying, if he just communicated with his own kids, this would all be resolved. But she's trying to help with this relationship by communicating for him, and then he's turning around and slapping her in the face.
So because she's doing him a favor and trying to help, she's looking like the bad guy. She's like the middleman, the messenger.
Yeah,
whatever.
but in this relationship, she can do nothing right Because even if she didn't do that, then he'd be like, well, why didn't you tell the kids this? And like, so no matter what, Janelle will always be in the wrong because Cody is a narcissist. Can't please him.
Culpable for not having any respect for me about the COVID.
Cody, you were asking me to
Rules.
choose between my children and you.
But you never even reinforced the rules. You never even said these are the things you should do. You actually belittled the stuff I was doing. I was keeping myself
Cody,
from being a
you
hypocrite.
did not even give us the rules till 2 weeks before Thanksgiving.
We've been talking about that for
You
so
did
long
not
before.
give me those rules till 2 weeks before Thanksgiving.
Well-
So from March until Thanksgiving, I had no rules.
Those were
No,
the
you didn't. You did too. That's not true.
Okay.
That's a blatant
Wait,
lie.
wait, stop. Okay, just give us.
Sorry, I'm mad as hell because you know what? Everybody put the on me.
No,
And then when I finally get sick from COVID, that was a death-like experience.
Why is he screaming though? That just goes to show how all of his wives are like he shouldn't be the man of the house. Of everyone in the relationship, he shouldn't get to be the head because look
Well,
at him.
he's acting the most childlike for sure. And it's like, it's very clear that all he wants is to like divert this onto something else.
Yeah.
He's not trying to solve anything, he just keeps getting more angry and heated. And so it's very obvious this whole conversation is not going to go anywhere. So
Yeah.
it's basically all a waste of time.
Exactly. Which is why she's probably gonna leave because she sees it. This is a waste of my energy.
okay.
Oh man! I sat here and just tried to get everybody to do it. I realized that you just can't run from it by now. But as I was trying to protect my family, what if one of my little ones had been where I was and where she was? Only what? What was it, 3 weeks
this
ago?
is the same old.
Ugh, I cannot believe. I cannot believe
It
all
gets
this.
up and up and up. He's getting more and more angry. He just gets louder and louder, but it goes nowhere. He doesn't bring up anything that's helpful, and nothing is productive. He just gets crazier and crazier. So weird.
How does he not see how he's being? That's what, like, does he ever reflect and be like, I'm sorry for my outbursts?
But
you know?
guess what, though? I don't think that he has to because technically it is working. 3 people are watching him throw this temper tantrum and they give him what he wants.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. They keep
They're enabling
feeding into this.
enabling
That's why I
behavior.
bet you throughout time he's done this more and more and just gotten more extreme because of the reaction he gets from it. I swear.
Yeah.
Oh
That's a
my
good
God.
observation. This is probably how he's been getting. Because how can you have a relationship with 4 women acting like that? And I think it's because these women were raised. I mean, the majority of them were raised in a polygamous cult where you do like enable the man because he's the man of the house, right? You serve the man.
Well, even aside from that, I think it's just the fact that there's certain personalities that don't want confrontation. They don't like to see someone react, and so all he does is react, even though it doesn't make any sense. It's not relevant at all. Just a reaction is what he usually needs to shut them up. And so he just keeps doing that,
and it doesn't
he gets
matter.
what he wants.
It doesn't matter if it's about COVID or if it's about his relationship with his kids.
It's exactly like a toddler. You know, the louder they scream, then the more they get used. If a toddler screams and cries and gets what he wants, it's more likely that they'll do that again.
That's
and it feeds into the same thing.
Oh my
It's
gosh, he
just
really
like
is.
that.
He learned this from the day he was 2 years old. It's been working till now.
Oh my God.
So hopefully he gets humbled, but I feel like he's too old to ever learn anything at this point.
How old
He's
is
too-
he anyways?
I think he's 76.
No way.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Believe that I have done all this to save you, to save Truly, to save my children. I did not know that it wouldn't harm them. I was trying to protect them and I got criticism from you and from my boys, the worst criticism, 0 respect. You guys wonder why I'm mad? I've gone 18 months being persecuted by my own family for trying to protect them.
Just not leave.
My heart is broken.
Let's just
Christine
talk.
left because of
Let's
this.
Let's just keep talking, even if it's intense.
I'm sorry. I just went
You and I
through
see
this.
it very differently, Cody. And it's not all my
Janelle,
fault.
You had
this is
flu-like
not
symptoms.
my fault.
I had the.
You're acting like this is my fault.
It would have been great to have had a backup.
Cody, I was doing what I could. I was walking a line between my adult children and you and everybody else. I was following all the CDC guidelines. Cody's acting like I was a COVID denier. I was not a COVID denier. I followed all the CDC rules. I wore a mask. I washed my hands. I was careful. I'm vaccinated, for crying out loud.
I will say this, the order does not agree with vaccinations. And
Well,
our
a
polygamous
lot of
schools-
the groups
yeah,
don't.
and that's
I think
why
it's
I'm saying,
very shocking that she
yeah,
got
that's
it.
why I'm saying if she got that vaccine, and I'm pretty sure her group is the same as our group as far as they don't like to get vaccines and stuff that, anyways.
They don't like any medical stuff at all.
Yeah, but if it's similar to the order, then she went out on a limb to go get that vaccine to make Cody happy, probably, because Cody's acting like he's. Here's what I think it is, though. I honestly, this is just my opinion, but I think Cody used COVID as an excuse to stay at Robin's house. I think that that's what he did, but he made it all about him, like the dangers of COVID, blah blah blah, and he had to lean into that harder so that no one would think that he just really wants to stay with Robin as much as possible. Because Robin was like going by the guidelines, but apparently so was she. You know what I mean?
I don't have to stand here and defend myself. This is the same old argument. I don't need to be beaten into submission, made to kowtow. I'm just not.
There's so many things they say in this show where I'm like, what are you?
But
what?
it's kind of like having the order. There's weird sayings and
Yeah.
phrases that.
Like mom says, beat him to a bloody pulp, and like, I haven't heard a lot of people say this one, but mom always said, BFE, bum F in Egypt. She's like, I'm not gonna drive all the way to BFE. And I googled it, and it's butt fucking Egypt. That's what it's called. But yeah,
is there any phrases? There's gotta be. I can't think of it right now, but I'm sure there's terms and phrases that the order uses that isn't used elsewhere.
Well, yeah, mess and wet. Instead of poop and pee, we say mess and wet.
Oh, yeah.
And then, because we can't say badass, so
Wait,
they
wasn't
say bad
that just
bottom.
our family though? Is that really within the group?
Well, other families would say things like "wat" for fart. Did you wat? Like they would just make up words because they couldn't say these naughty things, and also we couldn't say cool. We said neat. So there was just a way of talking in the order that was different, and I'm seeing the AUB's way of talking.
Yeah,
it's like the
and
order.
it's a little complicated though because it's different for each family. Every family still has their own little twist on things. But
yeah.
I just don't need this. In the last 18 months, I've realized that I'm pretty good. I'm independent.
Months though. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I think that's why Christine left too, because they had to be independent during COVID. And they realized, what the hell does Cody even do other than stress me out?
Yep.
So they probably realized by being alone, it was a relief to not be having to take care of the toddler.
And I'm not gonna stand here and be yelled at. I just don't need it. I don't deserve it. I don't need it.
I don't really want to be here anymore.
Well, you know what? The running from our problem is just going to keep us standing at that bridge.
This is what I hate the most. Literally, he's the one running from the problem. He's the one screaming and yelling, pushing everything away. But watch, they're going to put all the blame on the girl just because she's the one that physically walks away because she can't take all this screaming anymore. But he's literally the one that won't just have a calm, actual conversation.
Yeah.
And get to the problem. of it.
Right. The fact that he's screaming and yelling is the conversation's already over. There is no
Exactly.
reconciliation. But because she's physically leaving, then she's the one that's walking out
Yeah,
and not
all
wanting
the
to
blame
resolve.
on her.
But this is a classic form of gaslighting, is to accuse the other person of doing what you're doing, so that before they accuse you.
With the torch, you know, we got to figure this out. I'm sorry I'm angry.
I'm sorry, I'm angry.
I just survived a really, really
I
dark
understand
place.
that.
You don't give a though. Look at you, dismissing it.
Dismissing it. What is she supposed to do? Oh my! Start bursting into tears and praying and bowing down to him for what he went through. Like, stop.
Okay.
Would you ever have any
please
empathy
don't
for me?
leave. Can we just
When you
keep
And
going?
it's extra embarrassing because they all went through the whole COVID phase, and he's the only one that's just really overdoing
He's
it.
acting like his world. He's the only one that experienced going through the COVID life. Like, yes, I think him and Robin did get COVID, but I'm pretty sure all of these. Janelle got COVID too. So the fact that he's acting like it was so much worse for him, I don't know, maybe we're missing something. But also, like, even if it was so much worse for him, what is Janelle supposed to do to show you empathy? Like she's supposed to let you win this argument for the rest of her life. Every time you bring up COVID, then she has to be like, oh, you're right, you win because you got COVID in 1997.
But that's all besides the point. He's only even bringing that up to divert the whole conversation.
Missing it.
Okay.
Would you ever have any empathy
don't
for me?
leave. Can we just
when
keep
you're in
talking?
pain, I try to
Right?
understand you.
Cody, can we please keep talking, Janelle, please?
Janelle, this is a really bad idea for you to walk off on this one.
I thought they
Isn't
put the voice
that
in.
interesting, his facial expression?
What?
It looked like he was talking and saying a statement, but the way he was looking at things was completely different.
Please?
Janelle, this is a really bad idea for you to walk off on this one. Off on this one.
See, isn't it? It's like he doesn't know what he's saying. That's what it looked like. His
That
facial
was
expression.
weird. How did you notice that?
It's
Do you,
just-
do you think it's him listening to himself, or do you think it's him like realizing and remembering we're on camera?
Well, that facial expression looks just like as if you just come to some realization, or
Yeah.
it's like he doesn't understand what he's even doing. What's going on?
Yeah,
It's so
that was a
strange.
weird switch. Unless he like got some like fire in his eye, and he's like,
Something.
Off on this one.
Well, all you're doing is yelling at me.
So if he stops yelling, can we keep talking, please?
I have a few more minutes.
Will you
I really
stop?
apologize, but every time we start talking about this stuff,
I know.
I'm like on the verge of losing it.
I know you are.
yeah, I honestly wouldn't have even gone back and sat by him. I would just keep standing and be like, you got 2 minutes.
Well, and here's the thing though. I do think it's interesting that she went back because they're all saying if he stops yelling, because at least in that sense they are acknowledging he's the one, chasing away the problem. Like not addressing it, just yelling at it, not getting to any solution. So now though, I wonder if since that has been brought up, if he's going to change it all or if it's going to just repeat.
Yeah,
It's just going to be a whole full circle.
Because does he even know how to have a healthy conversation? Let's see.
Losing it.
I know you are. I know.
Because I know the right
She pulls the shit away from
more
him.
than I ever did.
Okay, so the 2020, the COVID, there was a lot of
See, now they're talking about COVID.
Okay.
They're not even on Christmas anymore. They completely switched
Yeah.
to COVID when that was a conversation they've had dozens of times, and they were trying to have Christmas planning and talk about the Christmas, and now it's completely all gone COVID. It's like
Yeah, it doesn't
they
even
can't
matter.
ever get anywhere if they keep repeating the same things.
Yeah. I feel like Cody's manipulation is working on Robin and Mary. Or maybe, Mary's not even saying anything, but I feel like Robin's always trying to back up Cody in a weird way.
Well, and I bet I would have to go back and watch the whole COVID thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps going back to COVID because this is probably one conversation where when he brings it up, he does win in a sense and he gets their sympathy or whatever, and so he keeps bringing it back up. So it doesn't matter if they're trying to address something else and get through something new, he just keeps going back to COVID so he'll get some sense of acknowledgement or something.
So is there a way to come back from it, I guess is the question.
I started all of this discussion about the vacation rental because, Cody, you told me that the boys were not welcome until they apologized to everybody because they had been so abusive. And so...
No, it's just me and Robin.
Whoa. Yeah. No, why is he talking about me? He doesn't need to be talking about me. I don't
Have
know why
Robin
he's
saying
bringing up
this.
my name.
Because he keeps bringing Robin up when he does not need to at all.
Because I feel like he's so used to Robin backing him up too, and then if it feels like it's a team thing, then it feels like it's not just him throwing a pity party for himself.
But he's just so wrong and just digging himself a deeper hole that not even Robin wants to be on his side anymore.
But also, I find it interesting that Robin said it in the interview,
And
but
not
not
in
in
front
front.
of him,
So
yeah.
we'll see if she sticks up for herself at all here, or if she's just gonna let Cody ruin Janelle's life.
They were literally accusing her of the dictates that I was putting out there.
Hey, you know what? I can't...
Robin wasn't asking for the apology. This was me originally asking for apology, but just saying, let's clear the air. Let's not act like something didn't go wrong here. Maybe it's just too raw. Maybe this year we actually do skip Christmas together.
From experience, the more you
just ignore situations and you don't have conversations and you don't work on it.
How in the world is she how did she get roped into all this? She seems like she is a no bullshit person.
Her?
Yeah.
No, I think
It's like, what?
I think she's so sick of it. She's the first wife.
Oh.
She was with him from the
wow.
beginning, and I liked her so much in the beginning, and then I started to not really agree with her because she got this like whole thing of like, well, I started this family. I blah blah
So she
blah.
feels some like
Entitlement for
ownership
being the
of it or
first wife.
something.
And then I don't know, she has this weird sense of toxic loyalty towards him because she's the first wife too. And I've seen her supporting him in things that she shouldn't be because of that. So I don't know.
Just the entire time I've seen it in this episode, she's been so like standoffish, like why the hell am I here? Like she doesn't want to put up with it, you know? It's interesting.
She just hasn't said anything, huh? She did that last time too, and I think she just doesn't want to cause an argument, or maybe she just like doesn't know what to say. I don't know.
I think a lot of people put a lot of blame on Robin in our family. I think there's been different times in our lives where
That's Mary.
Okay.
That's Christine that left him. That's Janelle, and that's Robin.
Oh my goodness, they
Yeah.
look so different.
I know that was
It's
back
like
in the
back
day.
in the beginning.
That she's saying that everyone put all this blame on Robin, but Robin is the obvious favorite. Robin shook up the family so much because it was obvious that Cody liked Robin more. He admitted to never being in love with Christine, not even when he met her.
That was
And
crazy.
so, I think that Robin was honestly
So,
the first one that he actually felt
that
love
right
with.
there is him admitting that he'll just marry someone just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow.
Yep.
There's some commitment he has, right?
Yeah.
He's in this for what, the righteousness of it all? It's like,
Yeah.
bull
And
crap.
Mary's acknowledging, oh, well, everyone's giving Robin a hard time. Well, wouldn't you be upset if you saw the person that you were in love with, married to, having to stay loyal to, be favoring another man? You'd be upset too.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a natural thing to be upset about that, but I hate that Cody acts like you're being jealous, they do that in the order too, like, you need to support this, da 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 da, but it's like, then you're asking me to not love you. Because if I didn't care, if I didn't give a shit if you weren't to Robin's house all the time, it's because I don't really care about you.
Well, and one part that's like the deeper level of all of this that they don't mention much in these episodes is that there's an entire religion behind all of this. Like a lot of, I'm sure not all of them, but a lot of these people that choose to live a polygamous lifestyle is truly because they feel that God is asking them to.
Yeah.
So they feel that this is supposed to be done for a righteous purpose.
Right.
So they feel like that this man that's marrying all of them is supposed to be a righteous person and is supposed to be equal and treat them all fairly.
Which
you
is
know?
crazy because it's all done out of righteousness and devotion to God, yet there's always a favorite. Yet there's always jealousy because there's a favorite. There's always a man being injustice. There's so much injustice going on.
And there's often times that that righteous man that they're supposed to be receiving all this spiritual help from is acting like a child, just like this.
And they're supposed to be going to him with all of their questions and getting their approvals from him when he's literally screaming and cussing like a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
But all in the name of Jesus, whatever.
I think we've all taken our turns being the one blamed. I know I've had blame for things in the past.
But there's got to be a place where eventually, as a family, I mean, whatever, different
I think we
parts
were
of the
all
family.
willing to just come together and just sort of be the best of it at Christmas. But then Cody started being like, well, they can't come
No,
until...
because I feel like we've had years. This is what happened. Okay, I mean, COVID's just a battleground. But Christine just left.
Here's what I think is so interesting.
Did you see
always
what he
wants
did
to roll
there?
back.
So she was getting to a really good point there, and he cuts in and talked absolute nonsense. You should play that clip in the video, because she says that the whole conversation they're having is about Christmas, and that her kids were willing to just play nice and not worry about all the rude things that Cody has said to them, and just still be nice for Christmas. And he cuts in and says, no, this is not what's gonna happen. This is what happened. COVID. It's like, what?
And then Christine left. And then it's like, what does Christine
Oh,
leaving
my goodness.
have to do with my kids? What does
And
Christine
this
have
Christmas, the Christmas that's coming up and going to happen, and he brings up this bullcrap thing in the past.
You know what I
Just
think
a
it is
completely-
he's also like he's also getting mad at the kids and stuff, and it's what his problem is he doesn't know how to regulate his emotions. So he's frustrated, but he doesn't know what for. So then he just says whatever is in his face. He's like, yeah, I'm frustrated at that, but it's not really what it is. And so then it's like all these wives are trying to have to figure out and dissect him because he doesn't even know how to handle his emotions.
And what's worse is they have to do all this without upsetting him because he's the man and he's the one in charge. And
And on top of that, they have kids to be taken care of. But they have to put that on the side because they have to take care of this toddler man that wants to be the head of the house.
Here's what I think is so interesting. He always wants to fall back to this, I've been divorced. I'm like, dude, you were a participant in this divorce. It wasn't like it broadsided you.
You've had a lot of rejection over the last year and a half, Cody. And so now with this thing with Christine, it's making it more.
Wait, what's that term you called him though? Like a
Sociopath? Psychopath? Non-empathy? No empathy?
Sociopath? Maybe?
Narcissist.
Narcissist. I wonder because what if that could relate to how there's some people that have like different personalities in their head and almost like different voices.
Yeah.
His facial expressions are almost as if he transitions from one personality to the next, right? Like it's just
I feel like
weird.
it's more of it's not like that
that?
he's battling these two personalities. I think it's more of like he is pretending to have empathy. I think he has been used to pretending to have empathy, but narcissists don't really care about anyone else but themselves.
Whoa.
So he's faking it.
Huh.
But he's so unaware of himself, he probably doesn't even realize he's doing that.
Huh.
Of course he's gonna be like, of course I have empathy, I have children that I love, I've da-da-da-da.
And then his face will go, wait a minute.
What am I doing? No,
I
that's just
lied.
I'm obviously not a psychologist, I'm not saying I know, but like...
But it's very clear that something is strange, man.
Or like in your face, and that's hard. You want people around you to pick sides because you're going through pain.
I literally, ladies, I'm really sorry. I just got caught in my emotion here.
I don't.
No, the thing, Robin, I knew better than to do this, and all of a sudden, I'm sitting there
But if
realizing
you
if you
weren't-
pick her, then I won't accept you.
But Cody, listen. If you hadn't just gone through the last year and a half to
Okay, so this is why Robin's the favorite. I don't think it has anything to do with her being the new, ripe, juicy, whatever. I think it has something to do with Robin enables him and gives him that I feel sorry for you that he wants, and then is able to get what she wants. I think Robin's a narcissist too. I think Robin's a better narcissist than Cody because she's able to keep her emotions in check and able to keep her, like, you never see her yelling and screaming, right? But she's able to manipulate the manipulator. Because she gives him that empathy and feels sorry for him the way that he wants, and then she turns it around and is able to control him.
You think that she's like trying to stay the favorite wife kind of type thing?
I think she likes being the
Trying to
favorite
win him over?
wife. I think every favorite wife in polygamy likes being the favorite. And then they'll be like, what? Oh, I'm sorry. But like, they would way rather be the favorite than the least favorite. So they do like it. And I think that Robin is secretly glad that Christine left. She was upset about the whole kids thing. But I think that in a polygamy relationship, the only reason why Robin was sad that Christine was leaving and made it about her was because it's going to make, this is just my opinion, it's going to make them look bad to the church. That's it. So, and also she has to look like she cares a lot and she tried, and so that the blame's not put on her at all. Okay.
That's not too bad, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, we're just finishing this on the phone because we don't have room left on there. We have to get through this episode.
We're so close. We're like 5 more minutes. It's only gonna take us probably 50 minutes.
It's kind of fun watching it with you because you have the same opinions.
Well, it's just like I feel like we're able to read so much deeper into this because we've seen this at like when we were just first born, you know, like we've seen our parents go through very similar things, and as kids trying to dissect this all, it was so much more frustrating. Then now it's like it's as clear as day.
It's so clear, and it's kind of validating to be like, oh, this is what's happening. This is what I assume is going on even behind the cameras because it's kind of obvious.
It makes me wish so bad that our dad could watch this. If he watched this, for one, if he would have to internalize it first.
Mom and Dad did watch the early episodes because Dad liked that it was pushing polygamy.
Oh, in the beginning.
But I'm sure he wouldn't want to watch now.
Yeah.
Because this is the reality.
Because now it's like a lot of the truth coming out of it.
Right.
But also, I think he'd have a very hard time actually applying it to himself because
Right.
he's so good at being like, oh, but that's different. That's not
Yeah.
me. I'm different.
Well,
And
that's
it's
what
like,
another dad is another person who lacks self-awareness.
Mhm.
So to be able to have this relate to his life, even though it is literally very, very similar to what he's doing, he's gonna disassociate from it.
Marriages are complex, but the relationship between parent and children is really complex too. I mean, I have my own just vast complexities with my parents. Yeah, I have my own daddy issues, so now I've passed that on to my sons have daddy issues. I have no idea.
See,
Well, at least he's aware enough.
but
to do
he's
that.
still not taking any responsibility now.
He's
now
blaming
that
his parents.
now that he can't avoid the fact that his kids are having issues with him, instead of him finally accepting that and wanting to change or do anything about it, he's saying, "But I have daddy issues, so it's not my fault. It's my dad's." You know?
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
But this is a stepping stone into him taking some accountability. Like,
Yeah, but
okay,
only because he had to. It was
Yeah.
literally, and now he cannot avoid the fact that this is an issue because not only is it one wife bringing it up and he can pin the other wives against them, now they're all saying, yes, this is an issue and asking her about it. And his answer is, well, my dad. It's like, come on.
I have
man.
puppy issues too.
Maybe I haven't told them enough I loved them. I sacrificed my life for them. I thought I was making huge sacrifices. I was making huge sacrifices. And I'm sure everybody else is having heartbreak. I'm sure Garrison and Gabriel are having heartbreak. They
They kind of look like Tom Green's sons, huh?
They do look like a great family.
If you guys know who Tom Green is, I made a whole video on him.
You think they're related?
That's what I think.
Because they're
A
both
lot.
from the AUB group, right?
Tom Green.
Tom Green. Tom Green's from the FLDS, huh?
Tom Green joined the group that was a branch off of the AUB for a little while. So there's a relation. There has
Well,
to be
and
some
a lot of
relation.
the groups, even in separate groups, they're all kind of related anyway.
Yeah,
So.
and Tom Green, so I made a whole video on him. He went to prison for one of his wives being like 14, 15 years old. There's all these documentaries about him. I'll show you some of them, but I'll leave the video in the description box down below. He ended up joining the order later on, but one of his wives is his wife's sister. Like, all these polygamists are kind of like intertwined, especially in Utah. So I would not be shocked if he's somewhat related to Cody Brown.
Yeah.
But yeah, those kids that they just showed look a lot like Tom Green's kids.
We ever check to see if we might be related to Cody Brown? There's no way,
I
huh?
don't think we're more related to the people in the FLDS, but there could be some branch offs. We are related to some Allreds, so we could be distantly related if they are Allred. I think Christine, the wife that left him, is Allred. We are related to some Allreds, but we're not specifically like from the Allred line. We're just related to some Allreds through like other people getting married.
And probably
or
through
whatever.
marriages and stuff.
Yeah.
Huh?
But yeah, I did find out that I was related to Marianne Barlow on Escaping Polygamy because she's related to Johnsons and we have Johnsons in the FLDS. So it is interesting.
probably wish I was as loyal to them as I wish that they were to me. And we've kind of been at war with each other.
That like almost made sense. I think I want to watch that one more time because I think I understand where he's getting at, but it still has too much nonsense mixed in with it all.
Yeah.
Heartbreak.
Let's see what he says.
They probably wish I was as loyal to them as I wish that they were to me.
See, what does he mean by that? They wish that he was as loyal to them as he wishes that they were to him. So they both just want a bunch of loyalty that they're not getting both ways.
Yeah,
right?
but like, how can you expect your kids to give you something that you're not willing to give them?
So it sounds like
Right.
he's admitting that he's not loyal to his kids, but also saying that his kids aren't loyal to him, right?
Yeah, so see, this is what I'm saying. He's getting somewhere with this, but I feel
Well,
like he's
in his
just not
own
quite-
weird interpretation. Yeah, he's getting somewhere. And like, we have to translate it to try and understand where he's getting at. But it's like, if we kind of try to understand and like get the way he thinks, we can kind of make sense of this.
Cynical.
So you feel like in order to have a functional plural marriage, the wives have to all be best friends, no ifs, ands, or buts?
Listen, okay, I don't know if all of you have played chess, but if a man is on...
So she asked a great question, and watch, he's going to divert it. I guarantee you. He's going to bring up some nonsense and not even address the question.
But the question she's asking, all the wives had to be friends. Cody's not even friends with his wives.
Chessboard, he's nothing without a queen. But can you imagine if a guy has 3 queens? Now those 3 queens have got to work together. So if the king has 3 queens, he can rule the world, at least that chessboard. But guess what? the queens are always attacking each other. And we've just seen that play out completely.
So his group is like our group with the analogies. The
they
order
love
has
bringing
analogies
up
all the
analogies.
time. So I remember Paul bringing up the analogy of, why do you think God made the ducks, the female duck is ugly and plain and the male duck is beautiful? And the male duck gets to have all these glorious things. Well, the male duck is supposed to divert hunters from the mother and protect the mother. So the reason why men get to have all these great things is actually for the women.
Interesting.
So it's interesting that they use analogies a lot too.
Yeah, but his analogy was, I mean, I guess Paul's analogy was bullshit too, but this is complete crap. Like, he's trying to just divert it and say something, but it's just nonsense.
I have 3 queens. I have nothing with my queens, but my queens are all fighting. Again, the original thing was Janelle's kids having an issue with you and Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we now talking about a chessboard where the queens aren't getting along? like again, this is like how we have to go through this maze because Cody doesn't even know what he's thinking.
But what also proves that he doesn't know is that he finishes these analogies or his statement, and then it's just, that's it. He doesn't elaborate. He doesn't go to some solution. He doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
If they at least went somewhere, I would give him more understanding. But the fact that he just spits something out and then he just leans back in his chair and that's it, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, if it can't go anywhere, what do you expect to have happen from that?
Right. I wonder sometimes if these women, while they're in these meetings, if they're like, why am I married to this guy?
Well, I guarantee you that they are like, this doesn't make sense. And I'm shocked that they don't say that to him. I wish so bad someone would be like, Cody, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, Janelle's the only one that keeps bringing him back to it, but he just keeps deflecting it.
Yeah.
So.
We went through that process of putting our best foot forward and being optimistic, saying our lives are great. We love plural marriage and the sister-wife relationship, and that bond is very special, when it really might not have been. And so here I am in a dark place with plural marriage, really questioning whether it's a good idea or if it works or not. Maybe we've done something wrong along the line. We've certainly asked God to guide us and help us. I don't want to blame plural marriage, but it just hasn't worked very well for us.
But he's gonna.
But I'm out of things to blame, so I'm gonna blame it.
Oh my God.
I wasn't going to miss an opportunity that all my children almost are going to be home.
Yeah.
So this is going to be one of those things where you guys are going to have to work it out with a counselor or something. Because I can't be in the middle of it anymore, because it's wrecking us.
They get to pick and choose who they hang out with, but I don't. It's weird to me.
Oh my God.
Why is he always the victim? If you want to be the victim for the rest of your life, Cody, you can be the victim for the
Nobody dares to say it.
I'm sorry.
For what?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know! I swear! He has no idea.
That's what I can't say when someone says sorry. Like, you need to say, I'm sorry, I overreacted, I shouldn't have been yelling, and these are the reasons why I did that, but that's not an excuse, and your feelings are valid too. But to just say, I'm sorry, and then expect her to be. But you know what?
But look at how quick she was just like, oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's
probably
like,
because he doesn't say it a lot, so she'll take anything she can get.
Mm-hmm.
I just think we've never had divides this deep, and now Christina's left, and that's obviously a very, very big departure from what our family has looked like for many years. I think this is like the ultimate test of our family. Can we hold it together with all of this?
Next time on Sister Wives One-on-One.
I'm in this place that I might reconcile with Mary, and Christine lost her that day.
That's a lie. That's not me.
I never knew about that moment with him.
I think he has a favorite wife, and that's why all of this is like it is.
Is Robin the favorite wife?
You know, that's the most unfair question.
They handed him to me and said, we don't want to spend time with him, basically.
He doesn't answer it.
We don't want to spend time with him, basically.
Janelle, this is a really bad idea for you to walk off on this one.
He acts like he's the only person who's been rejected.
Where does the relationship stand now?
I am separated from Janelle, and I'm divorced from Christine.
Wow.
Cody and I have separated.
What? This is Sister
I want
Wives.
to watch that.
Is that the next episode? What
It
is that?
looks like they do one-on-one recaps at the end of every season. So if man, I'm interested to watch Janelle leave him because
We finally got through the episode though.
yeah, we did it. 3 years later.
That took so long, but that was very interesting to dissect. I mean, it was very annoying too, and I feel bad for them, but
Yeah.
this is definitely a lot of insight.
It really reminds me of, there's quite a few polygamous families in the order that are a lot like this, where the women, it kind of seems like they can't stand Cody. And they, well, and in the order it's like that too. I had a friend who married this guy that she didn't even like. He was very annoying. She was not attracted to him. She got excited when a new wife came in so that she could push him on to the new wife. Yeah.
Whoa.
And I kind of feel like, at least with Janelle, she's like so over Cody's crap, so she's just doing her own thing. And every time she has to go be around him, it's like so draining for her. So she just wants to push him on anyone else. But Robin seems to actually enjoy him. Maybe Mary does, I don't know. But Christine and Janelle, it's like they've had enough of him.
I wouldn't even say Robin enjoys Cody, but it does seem that she enjoys being the favor, like having the attention and stuff.
Playing the game. But I also feel like, and this is just what I've been observing, every time that another wife says something about Cody, like, why is Cody doing this, or I don't like that Cody does that, I feel like it makes Robin look at her relationship with him too, and be like, oh yeah, I don't like that he's like that either. It makes her look down on him too. So I've noticed a few times where she seems like way too upset about another wife's relationship with him, but it's because she is now forced to visit those things in her own, because she's in the relationship with the same dude. You know what I mean? So it is interesting to watch how it all is falling out, and it is reminding me of a lot of polygamous families in the order too. And just like that, there's always a favorite wife, and I think that it's fun being the favorite wife when you want to play that game, and it's not fun playing the game to a lot of these girls.
You know, and this is my first time ever even really watching an actual episode from it, and I always thought that I didn't want to do reactions to it because I thought it was like the first season, how it's trying to glamorize it and just a bunch of lies.
Yeah.
But I do actually see some value in going through and dissecting, especially when we can kind of point out some of the bullcrap.
Yeah,
you know?
because we just watched season 17. There's an 18th season too. I will leave his Escal's channel linked in the description box down below. Go watch Escal's channel, and then I'll see you guys on Sunday for Cold Cup of Coffee.
Sweet.
Bye.